Imagine walking into not a hospital, but a supermarket. But instead of groceries, you're choosing your child's future. Sounds like a plot from another episode of Black Mirror, right? But what if I told you the tools for this are already sitting on scientists' lab tables? The question is no longer if it's possible, but whether we're ready for the consequences. We're used to thinking of genetics as a lottery. Some people are lucky with metabolism, others with mathematical ability. But in 2012, everything changed. A technology called CRISPR-Cas9 emerged. CRISPR is essentially molecular scissors. Scientists borrowed this mechanism from bacteria. It allows them to find a specific section of DNA, cut it out, and insert a new one. It's like the find and replace function in Word, but for the code of life. Right now, we're already using it to treat previously incurable blood diseases, but the line between treatment and enhancement is incredibly thin. If we can remove a cancer gene, what's stopping us from tweaking a gene responsible for muscle growth or memory? In 2018, Chinese scientist He Jiankui shocked the world by announcing the birth of the first genetically modified children, twin girls Lulu and Nana. He aimed to give them immunity to HIV. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but the precedent was set. Designer humans are already among us. Later, it turned out that editing this same gene, CCR5, in mice led to significantly improved memory and cognitive abilities. Did the scientists know this? Were Lulu and Nana the first step not toward disease prevention, but toward creating superintelligence? We don't know, but the world was shaken. The reality is, superhero genes already exist in nature. They're just unevenly distributed. Some people have a mutation in the LRP5 gene that makes their bones so dense they're nearly impossible to break. Others carry a mutation in the MSTN gene, giving them massive muscle growth without any training. And there's the HDEC2 gene, which allows a person to function perfectly on just 4 hours of sleep a night without harming their health. Now imagine these genes appearing on a supermarket menu. Parents might say, I want my son to be an athlete, never break a bone, and have an extra 4 hours a day to study. Now let's look 30 to 40 years into the future. Genetic editing is expensive, very expensive, and it could split the world into 2 castes. The genetic elite, children of wealthy parents, more attractive, more intelligent, more resilient than any Olympic champion. They don't get sick and live up to 120 years. And everyone else, those born through the genetic lottery. An ordinary person would never be able to compete with a designer one. University admissions could depend on DNA-based IQ scores. Jobs on genetic predisposition to handle stress. We would create a biological inequality that can't be overcome through hard work or education. This wouldn't just be a gap in wealth, it would be a gap in the very biology of our species. But now look at it from the perspective of the perfect child. When you're born naturally, your talents are your achievement. When you're born designed, your talents are your parents' investment. The expectations would be overwhelming. We paid $200,000 for your musical ear. Why aren't you the next Mozart? Your IQ was supposed to be 150. Why did you fail the test? Does a child remain an individual if their personality, hair color, and even level of empathy were selected from a catalog? Or are they just a very expensive biological product created to satisfy their parents' ego? Scientists once engineered genetically modified pigs with leaner meat, but they all died of heart attacks. Their perfect muscles simply couldn't handle the strain their hearts weren't built for. We risk creating a generation of people who look perfect on the outside, but are broken on the inside. Nature isn't a Lego set, it's an incredibly complex system of connections. Genetics works like dominoes. One gene often affects a dozen different functions. By removing a gene linked to aggression, we might accidentally eliminate creativity. By trying to make someone extremely intelligent, we could trigger epilepsy due to overactive neurons. We're interfering with a code that evolution has refined for billions of years, and the genetic supermarket is no longer science fiction. It's only a matter of time. We stand on the edge of a world where, on one side, we defeat cancer and Alzheimer's, and on the other, we enter an era of cold calculation. A world where humans lose their most fundamental right, the right to randomness, to imperfection, and ultimately, the right to be themselves. If you had the chance to guarantee your future child high intelligence and protection from all diseases, but knew it would take away their freedom to truly be themselves, what would you choose? Write your answer in the comments.